I'm just not the most prepared person when it comes to recording videos. I wanted to have like a party hat and some noisemakers because this video is going to be awesome. And I know not everybody is going to be as excited about this news as me, but Pokemon Regionals have officially been announced and they are returning to the United States, to North America, really. And we're going to go over all the information in just a few minutes here. What is going on, FanClan? What a day to rejoice and be happy. Hope you guys are all doing well on this Wednesday when there wasn't even supposed to be a Danny Phantom YouTube video. This kind of just came out of nowhere, but I have to talk about it because if I don't talk about it, I'm going to just blow up in my mind because this is so exciting. I'm very, very stoked. My first regional experience was 2015 was the first time that I played in a competitive regional. It was in Madison, Wisconsin, and I was terrible. And the reason I'm telling you guys this is because I know a lot of people have recently entered the game, recently entered the hobby, and probably don't spend a whole lot of time playing competitively, but I highly recommend it because it is so much fun, and going to these events are a blast, regardless of what your skill level is. I was really bad. I thought maybe I'm decent at this game, but I went without really understanding what meta even was. I didn't do a whole lot of research outside of, messing around on Facebook a little bit, playing on PTCGO, which will soon obviously migrate over to PTCG Live, but really didn't know what I was doing. And I was a huge fan. I came in right around Phantom Forces, so I had a Mega Manectric deck that I played, and I partnered it up with Seismitoad, which everybody was playing Seismitoad, but Manectric was like my favorite at the time. I just loved Manectric, so I wanted to play Manectric. And Mewtwo EX from the black and white era, from, what is it, Legendary Treasures, whatever it is, with the X-Ball attack. Anyways, that was sprinkled in there too. So I went to my first regional event in 2015, ended up winning the first 2 rounds, so I thought I was really good. I got paired at table 1 in round 3, and went against Primal Groudon and got absolutely destroyed, and things went downhill from there. I think I ended up going like 3-3-2 or 3-3-1 and then drop or something like that. I didn't play the entire thing. I didn't finish up the last round because I had to get home. After that, I played in several more regional events all the way up into Collinsville of 2 years ago now, I guess it was, where I ended up going down there knowing I wasn't going to be able to finish it, but I was 6-1-1 going into round number 9, but I had to drop out of it because I had to get home. I had a baby on the way and I needed to leave. So unfortunately, I didn't get to finish that one and cruise my way into day 2, but it was so much fun. And when I talk about regionals from 2015, even though I didn't do well, I still had a blast. All the vendors that were there, the card shops that were there, it's a lot of fun to interact and meet people who were involved in the hobby from a sense that they just loved the game and loved the cards. A lot of passionate people, super, super fun atmosphere, and I was really nervous about the fact that I was going to be there, and a little bit older of the generation because I was, a child when Pokemon originally first came out, but obviously with the ideologies and the mantras that Pokemon is targeted more towards the children's demographic, I thought I was going to kind of be left out, but it ended up people, for the most part, were my age. They were around my age who were playing, and I got to meet a lot of really cool people and a lot of good friends. So I highly recommend looking at this information that I'm going to share with you and considering penciling in some of these dates on the calendar, and then hopefully I'll see you guys there. I'll see some of you at some of these regional events because it's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to go into the regional schedule first and the announcement first, and then we'll hop into some of the guidelines because there are going to be certain guidelines to keep things safe and everything like that. So we're going to start off Pokemon Regional Championships. Guys, this is so cool. It's finally coming back. I am so super excited. You can battle in Pokemon TCG video game and Pokemon Go, which is officially coming back or coming to regional championships. So that is very, very cool. After the Pokemon International Championships, the Pokemon Regional Championships are the largest events in terms of both attendance and championship point payout. So if you don't know, what you do is you go to these events and you look for a top placement, not necessarily winning, but top percentage, top 32, top 64, whatever the case may be, depending on the amount of attendees, and you get what are called points. Those points add up and accumulate to a grand number, which is, I think, 500 in this case. And once you get to 500, you qualify for the World Tournament, which is going to be taking place next August in London. But you have to get to at least 500 points in championship points, or otherwise you do not get to, you can attend, but you can't play. So if you get to that point threshold, you are automatically getting invited to play in the World Championship. So up to $50,000 in prizes, scholarships, and gift cards. No qualifications or residency restrictions. Some qualifications and residencies apply to Pokemon Go. Okay. Pokemon TCG players need to bring their own legal 60-card deck for the standard format. So that's one thing that is going to be a big deal here. Everything, all these regional events are going to be standard format. So we've heard a lot of talk in the past about standard and expanded. You can only, all these tournaments, just keeping it simple, since this is basically only a half of a season that we're trying to jam pack everything into, it's all going to be standard format. So what is that? Sword and Shield on, basically. So Sword and Shield base set all the way up until Celebrations. Right now, that is what is good to play. Though some may have expanded side events. Pokemon Video Game Championship Series events will be played on Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield for the whole of 2022. Pokemon Go events will use the Great League format. Most regional championships have both Pokemon TCG and video competitions, and some will also feature Pokemon Go. We'll go over those in just a minute here. Some events may be exclusive to Pokemon TCG players or VGC players. Regional championships main events take place on Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday is kind of the Swiss round, so you'll play probably 9 rounds, best of 3, to see, you know, X and 2, or basically 18 points, 19 points is the goal that you need to get to. If you win, you get 3 points. If you lose, you get 0. And if you draw, you get 1. You want to get your way up to that 19-point threshold, and that'll automatically qualify you into day 2. I can't remember if it's 18 or 19. It has been so long. But day 2 happens on Sunday then, and then you play a little bit of Swiss rounds before you cut to the top 8 competitors, and then they kind of battle it out, ladder format, you know, 8 down to 4, down to 2, down to a champion. The below event schedule is subject to change pending COVID regulations, and some event dates may move or be canceled outright. So the first event, the first major event, is coming up, and it is only, 6 months away? 5 months away? March 18th to the 20th at Salt Palace Convention Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. So Salt Lake City, Utah is getting the first return of the Pokemon regional tournaments. It's going to have TCG and VGC, so video game and trading card game. If you're somebody who's more interested in the video game than the trading card game, obviously you should come out too, because it's a ton of fun. And then the following week, March 25th to the 27th, all the way on the other side of the country, Orlando, Florida. So TCG, VGC, and this will be the first Pokemon Go. This is taking place at the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando, Florida. Very cool. And then you go over a month after that, all the way to May 6th, and that is Indiana Convention Center in Indianapolis, Indiana. That will have TCG and VGC. Indiana is typically, since it's kind of like right in the middle of the United States, that's one of the busiest ones, and it's going to be a ton of fun. I love having a regional in Indiana, so that's really, really cool. After that, May 20th, so a couple weeks later, Secaucus, New Jersey, at the Meadowlands Exposition Center, TGC and VGC. That is May 20th to the 22nd. Then May 27th to the 29th, Canada gets an event, which is the Vancouver Convention Center. That is going to have all 3 events, so TCG, VGC, and Pokemon Go. And then finally, granted, I mean, I know this is only 6. We haven't gotten anything announced yet about international tournaments. I don't know if they will be having those or not. But finally, on June 17th to the 19th, the Wisconsin Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is so cool because it's only like an hour away from me, 45 minutes away from me. Super, super cool. Wisconsin Center, June 17th to the 19th, TCG, VGC, and Pokemon Go. Okay, I am hoping, and just looking over the calendar, so I will be obviously at this one here because it is super close. My plan is to be at this one too, in Secaucus, New Jersey, as well as this one here, and if I can swing it, the Orlando one as well. So I don't think I'll be making it out to Utah, unfortunately, or up to Canada, unfortunately. But for sure, these 3 events with maybe possibly a 4th one. So if you're going, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. And it'd be cool. Meet up, play a little bit, you know, have fun. It's going to be a great time. We do have European regional schedule as well. So there's going to be a tournament March 26th and 27th in Liverpool. That is going to have all 3 events, TCG, VGC, and Pokemon Go. And then in May in Germany for TCG, VGC, and Pokemon Go. So pay attention for that. That should get updated. Prizes, 18 years of age and older. Awards for $5,000 or more for winning. $5,000 scholarship. And then awards under $5,000 is cash. So under 18 years of age, awards of $5,000 or more, choice of scholarship or Pokemon Visa. They can't give cash to anybody under 18 years of age. It's got to be a Visa card, and then awards under $5,000 will be a Visa prepaid card. But very, very cool there. And these are your kickers, your prize table right here. So 1 to 24 players. First place gets 500 as long as there's 200 players or more, which I don't think there's ever been a regional that hasn't hit that since they started this new prizing system. $5,000 for first place, which is super cool. You also get some prizing as well. First through 8th place gets 108 booster packs, and then you can kind of look at these other things here. I'll put a link for this down in the description below so you guys can kind of look it over yourself since I'm breezing through it fairly quickly here. And then the video game regionals prize table right over here. You can go over that as well as some additional booster packs for the winners as well. And then Pokemon Go regionals, $3,000 for first place for 201 players or more. So I don't know how popular Pokemon Go is going to be at regional events, but it's very, very cool that there's going to be additional support, an additional game. Super excited about that. And then 2022, the championship points. First place gets 200. Second place gets 160. Third through fourth get 130. And then fifth through eighth get 100. And then you have additional points awarded all the way up to 256 as long as there's 800 players. So a lot of times you're going to fall kind of in this area right here where there's about 400 players, 400 participants, and then you get roughly 40 points all the way up to all the way up to top 128. But very, very cool. And then here's the championship points for VGC. I don't know what they're all doing as far as... I haven't researched a ton about Pokemon Go, but I don't think there's going to be any point system or anything like that, at least as far as this season goes, maybe next season. Okay, let's go over to the requirements here real quick. They updated this on October 5th, so this is actually a couple weeks old, and I didn't go over it then, but I do want to at least kind of go through it here. I'm not going to go too into detail, but I'll leave a link down in the description below for you as well to read over. But here is the most important stuff right here. For large championship events, 300 plus attendees and staff, venues are to institute the following vaccination policy. Live attendance at Play Pokemon events by players, audience, and staff should be restricted to individuals who are vaccinated. Attendees must present evidence confirming that at least 2 weeks before the start date of the event, they received the final dose of a vaccine that is recognized on the World Health Organization emergency use listing. So, general COVID-19 policy, all present players, audience, and staff are to wear appropriate face coverings at all times. No eating or drinking inside the venue is allowed during the event for players and staff unless there is a clearly separated food service space operated in strict accordance with local health regulations and ordinances. In the case eating or drinking inside the venue is permissible, however, it must remain clearly separated from the event. Players are required to sanitize their hands. This information is subject to change. So I'm not going to go into anything about this at all. I know everybody has their own opinions and stance on the vaccination. I don't want to get into any kind of discussion or anything like that. This is the guidelines and the policies that Pokemon has put out in order to attend their regional events. So if you want to go play at a regional championship or even attend just to kind of hang out, there's a lot of fun side events, a lot of contests and things that go on at these events. It's a whole ton of fun, but these are the regulations that must be followed in order to attend those events. So let me know in the comments section down below if you are going to any of these, if you're excited about the return of the championship series. I've talked to a lot of people who are really, really excited about this, kind of starting to get back into things and then maybe chasing an invite the following year, trying to get that world championship. I really, really just want to compete at a world championship level once. It would be a ton of fun just to have the opportunity to go to worlds and compete. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think, how things are going for you guys, if you're excited, what you plan to attend, what regional experiences you've had. Most importantly, make sure to like, comment, share the video. It goes a long way for the algorithm. And obviously, hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. It means a lot to me. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you. Until tomorrow, because tomorrow will be our next video. We had a bonus video today, which is pretty cool. I will see you then. All right, peace.